So like you could have the black
right?
spiky hair, you could have like just kind of a flesh colored like middle portion, and then the bright orange on the like outside fur. Like that's Goku.
Yeah, but in the meantime, you could also have the Burn Brother matchup onto a Merchant Port start. Might as well be an AZ match. But right here, you know, we saw this matchup earlier today, but I don't think we ever actually saw it on Merchant Port. So it's actually really interesting because both of these characters benefit so much from these side platforms for their recovery mix-ups. But oh my lord, Falco already going to be able to get so much mileage off of those bears.
Yeah, I know Zetter loves the stage as a starter, but I've never really thought of it as like a Forsburn in the same way. I guess it does make sense though. A lot of like room to just back off, spawn clone, zone with cape a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will also know, right? So a lot of Forsburns liked this stage previously because of the... Okay, hold on. No amount of liking this stage is gonna get you away from that up strong, I guess. But a lot of forces used to like this stage because the platform layout allowed for a lot of easy plat boosts. That's not really something that comes into fruition so much in this game, but that being said, a lot of players who are coming in from the previous game are still going to retain those same kinds of comfort picks when it comes to the stage selections.
I see. Is Clover coming from the previous game?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I know dosbox seems to be a melee player. That would be my guess. Just from the...
Falco's in a lot of games.
It is true. Could be a little ultimate. Fox Ultimate Falco.
Specifically Brawl Falco. Not purple, God. just the Brawl. Falco was pretty good in that game. That being said,
it's true. The chain grab.
That being said, both of these players pretty good in this game, and dosbox in particular, holding on to that lead, holding on to that F strong charge.
There's the dosbox F strong.
Yeah, exactly what you're talking about.
We're gonna see a lot of them. So hold on to your butts. Okay, very clean down B from dosbox there. Gets around Clover's bear and such. But that stray bear is gonna take it off the side.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the bear's just nice, but sometimes the fair is even nicer. Thank you, Trevor, going to be able to reverse that one straight into that blast zone. And both of these players just keeping it evened up in percents.
Yeah, I was kind of anticipating like a potential super clone from Clover. It's always scary when they get that off and you just get like put into the blender pressure and take like 40%.
I love super clone.
Let's see,
super clone's just super clone, mad fun, but right here, both of these players starting to get more and more stressed out the later and later this game goes. It's just more and more damage traded between the two, but both of them extremely high kill power on these characters.
It is true. I think Zetter has more inevitability, like just more straight setups, but oh my god, that edge guard with the bear is gonna do it. Very clean stuff from Clover.
Get your thank you Trevors in the chat. What a reverse down air. But
everybody
just like
you,
that. Just like that, we're going straight back to Merchant Port here. And I gotta say, I always love a salty run back. Right? I'm of the opinion that you always salty run back on your counter pick, because if you believe in yourself, then believe in your counter picks. And if you lose on that salty run back, you never should have been there in the first place.
I believe it. Like a lot of the time too, like you just pick a stage that you think is just, okay, this is a fine neutral stage. Like I didn't really lose because of the stage. I lost because I need to make this adaptation and blah 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 blah. So I'm just gonna go back, like rerun the game, make that adaptation while it's still fresh in my mind, instead of trying to change up the vibe.
Yeah, but speaking of which, Clover gonna change up the vibe of this game. Just gonna be able to take stock number one, has 3 stacks for Combust, for that super clone, for a recovery mix-up if necessary. But right now, dosbox is getting so much more damage, and you're gonna be needing to burn that so quickly.
Yeah, we'll see how they make use of it. Ooh, that Baron up strong. I feel like that's just scary at 90%. That's definitely gonna kill at this one. Oh, goes off stage like right before the DOSBox F smash hits. That's rough.
It's so funny. DOSBox whips one F strong, simply goes for a second one. That I love this guy.
That's why I call it the DOSBox F smash. he just rips it. That's the goat. Oh, great shine though. Like perfect call out on the tech roll.
Well, you know what they say. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and you cannot fault DOSBox for trying.
It's true. I mean, like, as long as it's safe. But oh my god, that kill off the side from Ford Cape. Gonna seal the lead by full stock.
Yeah, it wasn't just a cape thrown off the side. There was some weight. There was some, real intention behind those moments weighted as well. And right now, Clover has 3 stacks available, still looking for more and more damage. I'm almost certain Clover's fishing for that combust kill.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have 3 stocks, why not?
Well, here comes Super Clover.
You gotta go for the Wario wall. But you gotta get them off stage first, or at least set up into it. Okay. I can see. Oh. A couple of weak bears. Just gotta get the right position. And this could be scary. May not even need combust to kill. Yeah. Doesn't even use it.
Yeah, I mean, start things off with a bunch of little ticks from the back scratcher and ending things off with a knife straight into your front. And it's Clover now going to be going up 2 games.
Yeah, we'll see if DOSBox can make the adaptations here. Maybe some F strongs in the right place.
Maybe a stage swap.
Also, maybe like something like Rockwall might be good here. Just something to change the vibe up. Maybe like Tempest Peak even.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another neutral stage. All right. Speaking of which,
Jewel Cell's pretty good for Zetter.
Jewel Cell is definitely not a bad stage. Oh yeah, I think Zetter's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like
this Zetter champ's kind of broken.
I think like 4 starters are explicitly good for Zetter. Like 4, like you never want to take Zetter to Forest. Like Battlefield is good for him.
I mean, if you go back in time long enough, Rockwall used to be a starter at one point in time. So. What? This was a time period where Rockwall was a starter and Fire Capital was a starter.
I don't want to think about these things. True.
If we go even further back in time, but speaking of which, Clover going to make a DOSBox want to go back in time. The back air to start things off, and Super Clone already starting off with a lot of damage, but
not gonna get the mileage, but almost got put in the blender. Very close.
Almost.
And now DOSBox just kind of struggling to find an opening to get his kill before Clover racks up too much with their excellent advantage state.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, DOSBox seems to really be relying on getting that first hit because, if you can land the first, sorry, not relying on, but struggling to get that first hit, because if you can get it, then you can get so many more, but it's just so much walling from these, knife hits coming in from Clover. These capes coming in from Clover, too.
Yeah, Forsburn is kind of like an interesting dynamic whenever you have to play against him. Because, like, he can kind of feel like, oh, I'm a close range, like, rushdown character. I'm just gonna, like, run at you with my knife and use safe moves. And then he's like, surprise, I have more range than, like, most sorties with my cape. So he can just kind of decide to outrange you. If he's going to risk, like, a floor hug. Ooh,
alright, that's strong.
Oh,
alright, there's another. Alright, now we got the fire pool.
Can we see a third? No. Just kind of camping off.
All right, the aerial.
But
aerial F smash.
Not quite. All right. Yep. Gonna be dead. DOSBox wisely holding the ledge. So back to even now. But Clover, very clean with all these extensions.
Yeah, but F tilt to start things off, going to get shielded, and all of a sudden, while the percents are far away, at the very least, the stock counts the same. And as long as DOSBox can get that one hit to start things off, it's fine. It's all been about Clover's walling.
Yeah, I mean, like, I will say though that
Ooh.
when Clover gets that one hit, they take advantage of that, and they certainly did right there. The charge, down strong, tech chase to finish off the 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, Clover was so content with just getting the hits to knock DOSBox away, but if there was a single combo starter hit, oh baby, did that get fully utilized.